I am finally getting on. Having some problems with my camera, my webcam connecting tonight. Y'all doing good? Hey, Clarilyn, how are you? Hey, Louis, welcome. Welcome. Tonight is season 2, episode 27. Fancies, let's talk about it. It's going to be stuck in a rut and offering some tips to help you get out, to get unstuck, per se. Hey, Arthur, welcome. Welcome, everybody. I am on both Facebook and Instagram, so you see my eyes going back and forth. That's because I have friends who do not like to do Facebook at all. They're only on Instagram. So tonight we're going to talk about being stuck in a rut. How many of y'all can relate to that? I know a lot of people can, right? Hey, everybody. Well, hello. How is everybody doing? I see you. Welcome. Anybody felt stuck lately? Or if you had a point in your life where you were just stuck, you didn't know how to get out, you felt defeated sometimes, you feel defeated. Yeah? Hey. Welcome, Spring Branch's Finest. I see you guys in there. She said, me, and it wasn't all my fault. Yep, Clarilyn. It's never all our fault, and I'll talk to you all about that in just a couple minutes as well. It's never just our fault. We are a product a lot of times of our environment and things going on around us. Again, how I always talk about people who are negative and how we a lot of times absorb negative energy and we don't really know that we're doing it. So we got to be very careful. Welcome, everybody. If you're coming on now, welcome, John and fam. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to all of my new people watching. Welcome to all my Spring Branch. Thanks for the love. Y'all, I love you guys. That's home. All right. So look, tonight we're going to talk about being stuck in a rut. Hey, sister. We're going to talk about being stuck in a rut. Sometimes we get stuck in a rut and we don't know how to come out. So I am here. Hey, I am here. Talk to y'all tonight to give y'all 5 tips that will help you get unstuck. Hey there, babe. I see you on Instagram. Okay. All right. So look, we're going to talk about being in a rut. We just don't feel like ourselves. We might not feel well. We might not feel like we're accomplishing. We might feel like we're behind. We might feel like we've not met the mark. We might just be unhappy or bored, per se. Hey, Ashley, the beautiful Ashley. Welcome. And we might be in a situation where we just, I see you, babe. How you doing? I see you on both. So we might be in a situation to where we feel like we are just in a rut. Feel like we're banging our head against a brick wall. Yes. Welcome, Patrick. Welcome, everybody. So I'm going to give you some tips tonight about being stuck and how you can become unstuck. What are the things you can do to get out of this rut that you feel like you're in? I have a couple of y'all saying, hey, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I have felt that way. I actually had, created a post earlier today about having to apologize to me for being so hard on myself, with my fitness goals and things like that. I've been real rough on myself lately. And I haven't been fair to me. And a lot of times we're not. We're hard on ourselves. We're our own worst critic. We're our own biggest critic and our own worst enemy. A lot of times we don't even realize that we're doing it. And we don't realize that. So we've got to be better to ourselves. We've got to be good to ourselves and apologize to us, right? Okay, so Clarilyn said, yep, she's been stuck and it wasn't all her fault. So tell me, you guys, while we're talking about this, what's been your situation where you felt stuck? Was it career, family, finances? What was it that you felt stuck in? You didn't feel accomplished? You feel free to put it in. Just go ahead and comment for me and I'll come to you just as soon as, I come up for air. But I'll go ahead and get started with you. I'm going to give you guys 5 tips of how to be unstuck when you find yourself stuck in a rut. And a lot of them you might not have even thought about. And they're very easy to do. And relatively inexpensive because most of it's free. Most of it's just normal things that you can do for yourself, or if you reallocate, it can be affordable for you if there is any cost involved. So I just want to talk to you about that. So my number one tip for you, which of course is a freebie, right? And welcome if you're just coming on Instagram and Facebook, welcome. First and foremost, one of the biggest things that you can do is share how you feel. And you can share how you feel with a friend or a family member, maybe your best friend or your closest family member, someone that you trust, that you can not necessarily vent to, because you're not really going to be venting. Because usually when you're at this point or at this stage where you feel like you're stuck in a rut, you kind of might be feeling like you're like at your lowest point, and so you're going to be a little emotional. So you're not going to be venting about it per se. If something made you angry, it's not going to be the same feeling. You're going to just feel like you're kind of just there. I'm just here. Is this where I'm supposed to be? I don't feel like I'm accomplished, and I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. So let me tell you, the first thing that you can do is talk to your friend. Share how you feel with a friend or family member. Again, a best friend, someone who is very close to you. If they are your best friend or closest family member, chances are you guys, have a great bond, and it's a non-judgmental zone. And they're going to tell you, okay, well, maybe you feel this way because, well, I observed A, B, or C, and maybe you didn't know that. Or B, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you, but I understand how you feel. So what can I do to be here for you? I'm compassionate. I'm here to listen. I'm here to take your hand. I'm here to be a shoulder to cry on. Let's talk about the accomplishments rather than, why you feel like you have failed in whatever capacity you feel like you have failed in, right? Welcome, Marvin. Always coming back every week. Okay. And so, hey. Hey, baby. So a lot of times when you're feeling like you're stuck, my first tip for you to get unstuck per se is to share how you're feeling, talk with a friend, someone that you feel comfortable with, that you can let down your guard with, that you can be completely honest with, that you can just be yourself with, and they can talk you through it, help you feel better, just really be sympathetic ear to you, and not be afraid, to point out some things to you that you just might have missed, right? Not to make you feel worse, but to just call your attention to it. You're ready for accountability here in most cases when you feel like you're stuck and you don't know what to do. So a lot of times you want to try to get a resolution. So my second tip for you for becoming unstuck when you feel like you're stuck in a rut is to get yourself a new hobby. Do something different that you haven't done. Put your energy and your efforts into enjoying something else that, you might find appealing to you, whatever that might be. We talk a lot about that. Like I didn't realize that I had an affinity for, painting. I found that out not long ago. Actually at my reception, I found out how much I enjoyed it and how it, gave me great deal of relaxation. So I felt like I was in a rut. So I'm putting my energy and I can see an accomplishment in something else that I'm doing. That I'm actually enjoying. I'm in a rut. I'm going to do something different with my time to make myself see something other than what I've been seeing. I need to change. Sometimes you have to change your environment. Sometimes you have to change things up a little bit, change up your routine, right? So gaining a new hobby or something of interest to you a lot of times will help you get out of that rut. It helps you get unstuck, right? Okay. So the third thing that I'm going to offer you is a combination thing because they go hand in hand and they do work. The third piece of advice or tip per se, and welcome Rocky. The third step is going to be like a combination because they do work hand in hand, is going to be to get some exercise. It doesn't mean that you have to go intense and you have to go through, this, fit or else program. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to, drain your body. You don't have to do that, but you do need to get some exercise. It's good for you every day anyway to get, get in a mindset of exercising for your body, for stability, for strength, and things like that. That's one part of it. The other half of it, like I said, is a combination, is going to be to detox. So what I mean by that is to detox your body. A lot of times we absorb so many toxins that are around us through our food, our environment, our air, our, anything that we ingest, take in. We have a lot of toxins sometimes. So when we have toxins in our body, it makes us feel sluggish. It makes us feel like we're in a rut. We might not necessarily be doing our very, best as far as our health is concerned. And you can go and get a general checkup too. A lot of times there could be a thyroid condition. There could be some conditions with, like your blood pressure, all kind of things that you could be going through and whatnot that you could be going through. And Clara Lynn says, hey, I see you, Candyman. Welcome. Okay, they're on Instagram. And Clara Lynn says to take a walk. Absolutely. Taking a walk. You know what I always say, you guys, that you need to reconnect with the earth, right? You really don't realize how much you can be re-energized by reconnecting with the earth. Put your feet on some grass, you know what I'm saying? Walk on the ground or walk on the beach, sand. Just take a nice stroll. It doesn't have to be a power walk or a very intense exercise or a walk. Clara Lynn is absolutely right. She says take a walk. And that's what you can do. Sometimes you just have to step away from what you're dealing with. Hey, welcome. All right, Getty, I see you. So we are, just talking about some things that we can do. So we are at the third thing, which is a combination, which is to get some exercise. Clara Lynn suggested that you can take a walk. Absolutely take a walk. Reground with the earth, hit the beach, take a walk on the sand, take in, the sea, take in the sounds, take in the smells, and also detox your body, whether you're detoxing through, you just make yourself a detox drink or, some detox tea, or you go through, a cleanse with your body. And there are a lot of those that are healthy for you to do. So you can do that. So cleanse your body. While you're cleansing your body, you can also be cleansing your mind. So you're cleansing, you're detoxing. So that two-part strategy for the third tip is to exercise, take a walk or so, or, reground yourself, and to detox somehow, whether it's a detox, whether it's whatever type of detox you decide to go through, as long as it's safe, right? Welcome there, the beautiful Nicole Washington. I see you. There you go. And the fourth tip that will offer you to get unstuck, per se, when you feel like you're in a rut, is to set yourself a new short-term goal. So set yourself a new short-term goal. What I mean by that is don't do something that is going to take a long time to measure. Give yourself a new short-term goal. So say that, okay, within the next 30 days, I would like to get to this level on this or something like that. I would like to be able to read a whole book. I would like to be able to exercise for 30 minutes. I would like to be able to go 1 week, you know what I'm saying, and do something that I love every day for 1 week. Make yourself commit to a very short-term goal, something that you can measure. There's a benchmark there that you can look at later and you can say, yep, that made me feel good. I was able to commit to it, which is number one. I was able to accomplish it. So now I feel so much better because I was able to do that. And so that will help you become unstuck. Again, necessary, very necessary. Thank you, Clara. And then Clara says, sometimes you just get away from the computer, TV, and all the negative. That can be a detox too. Absolutely. Remember, like I said, the toxins, we don't really realize a lot of times that we're around people, we're absorbing their negative energy. We're absorbing so much toxins, so many toxins, just in the air that we breathe, some of the foods that we eat, the things that we ingest, things that taste good to us can be toxic to us, you know what I mean? And a lot of times we just really have to cleanse ourselves, and you can cleanse yourself through, again, whether it's a detox through food or, a cleansing or whatever it might be. Again, you can also mentally detox, right? Okay, got it. So that is my third point, right? And the fourth point was to set a new short-term goal, something that has a benchmark, something that you can measure, something that you can do that. Thank you. I see you there. He says, yes, that's right. And my fifth suggestion for you, a tip to do it is also goes hand in hand, depending on what you believe. Okay. And of course, that I always include it in everything that I do, because I do it every single day. And, one or two, or the combination of both. And that is to either pray, wholeheartedly pray about your situation, pray for direction and guidance, or for you to also go ahead and meditate. If you don't do both, do one or the other. Find one and stick to it, or do both. Take the time to do it, right? Okay, so you're going to pray or meditate. Okay, again, I told you, if you want to find some good meditation videos, of course, you can read some self-help or whatever, but I can tell you again, and I always say that YouTube is a mecca for meditation videos. I do one that's like 48 minute meditation, Dr. Michael Seeley. And it's really good at clearing the subconscious, clearing your mind of negative thoughts, clear yourself of negative energy. Whatever you want to search for there on YouTube, you will find it, and you will definitely find some good, relaxing videos that can help you meditate and, really do clear your mind and go through the process of what you need to do to get all of those bad things out of your mind that may be sabotaging you and your progress, and making you feel like you're just stuck in this rut that you don't know how to get out of, right? So a couple comments here. Okay, all right. And so as jog or walk in the early morning when the air is fresh and clean and crispy, it's really refreshing and medicinal in and out. Absolutely. I truly believe that. Now, if you are a Texas native or you live in Texas, especially the Houston area or the Galveston area, Metro, you already know that that's only for a limited time that you can get that, depending on where you live. But the earlier in the morning, the cooler it is. That is true. We do have the benefit of that a lot of times. We have seen a little bit cooler temperatures in the morning, and it is more quiet in the morning depending on where you're at also. So that is absolutely some very good advice. And he says quiet time helps. Quiet time does help. We should reserve quiet time for ourselves, and we should, create a space within our home, within ourselves, no matter where we are, no matter where you are. Even if you have to go to the restroom to get it, a lot of times you can't get it. You create that space. You create your positive energy in the space in which that you can have that quiet time to pray and meditate. Make it a routine. You know what I mean? Don't make it your go-to every day, whether or not you can do it, hand in hand, whatever you believe that you do it. Pray if that's what you believe in, meditate if that's what you believe in, or a combination of both. Make it a priority. Make yourself a priority again. So absolutely, I am saying to you that you have got to do whatever it takes to get yourself unstuck. And so a lot of times we don't think about these things that are very, very affordable. They really don't cost us anything other than paying attention to ourselves. And really, thank you, Miss Nicole. Thank you. And, just taking the opportunity to really just breathe and be good to ourselves and forgive ourselves, because again, we are our largest critic. We're harder on ourselves than anybody else ever would be. And we should never, ever, worry about we should worry less about what people think and worry more about what we're doing to protect our energy, to make sure that we're on the right path, and to make sure that we are healthy, in our minds and our bodies, right? Okay. So very quickly, I would like to say thank you for your comments so far. If you have more comments, please comment. And she says, well said, thank you. Yeah. And he offers the quiet time helps, taking the walks or early in the morning, the jogs, the walks, just stepping away from your normal, average, everyday routine things. Those type of things are always helpful to get away from a toxic or negative environment. Right. Thank you. I see the love and I appreciate y'all. Okay. So I'm going to run back real quickly through those tips to help you get unstuck when you're feeling that way. And just know that you're not alone. I mean, we all go through it, Again, a lot of times, we're in our growing season. We're going through a lot of things. We're going through changes. Another thing too that you have to remember is that your body goes through so many changes. It's not necessarily about age. It's about seasons too, Mentally, you're going through changes. Mentally, you're going through developments in your mind. You're learning more. We really are like a sponge if we allow ourselves to be open to be that. And remember, like I told you last week, surround yourself with people that are different than you so you can learn from them. So you can learn new things and you can challenge your mind to step up, you know. So those are the things I say to you. So while you're doing all of these things, this is really, really working for you, you know what I mean, to help you really remove yourself from a negative space or negative energy. And Miss Clara Lynn says, point 6. She's giving us a point 6, guys, which I love. Okay, thank you. Is look around yourself and be grateful for what you have. It is hard sometimes to be grateful, but find something to be grateful for. But it's really, really important. Absolutely. Yes. And Getty here says, together we can learn so much. Yes, we can. Yeah, I mean, really, it's so important. That's the whole goal. I mean, the mission of the show, since, the fall of 2016 for me, was to be able to come together and to really help other people, to help to spark the flame, to be able to give some insight for all of us to support each other and to get talking about what needs to be talked about. Because a lot of times we don't know, we feel alone. And a lot of times we know we talk to ourselves because we're pretty intelligent, right? And we can figure it out. But guess what? We are not always required to figure it out on our own. And we can't always do that. A lot of times we sweep things under the rug and we're not really good to ourselves, we don't really realize that we're putting ourselves in a bad situation because we are not facing our demons. We really are just saying, you know what? I'm better than this, I'm good. Just, what, I'm crying for no reason, whatever. But the truth is that you really do have to work through these things, because if you don't work your way through these issues and these problems and these feelings, then you're not going to heal and you're not going to be better. And it's only going to come back at you on another time. Hey, Miss Banks. Hey there. Okay. Welcome. And so, it's just important for you. So we now have 6 points. Anybody else have another point or suggestion? We have 6 good points here. We have lots of good suggestions so far about what happens to you when you're stuck in a rut, how to get unstuck, how to feel better, So I'm going to run back to the room with you. I'm going to go ahead and continue to take your comments while we're going back through them. And anytime, we'll just come back and read your comments and we'll wrap up after that. So our number 1 tip here for getting unstuck was to share with someone you care about who really genuinely cares about you, whether it's a best friend or family member, or a new friend or someone who really has a sympathetic ear. Even if you need to seek counsel, go ahead, go ahead and seek counsel, within someone that, is within your congregation or church or, even a professional. I always say therapy is not an ugly word. Go for it if it makes you feel better. That's a private thing. It's nobody's business, right? Or even in group therapy is good, or retail therapy with your girls, and y'all can talk about how you feel like you're in a rut, you're stuck, or your guys, just go hang out, enjoy yourselves, right? Okay, so the first tip was to share or talk to a friend, someone who really cares, who really be there to listen to you, who really give you good positive feedback, who let you know that you're not, that you're not so terrible, if that's not the case. Or they will give you behavior, they will give you things they recognize as bad behaviors that you probably can correct to help yourself feel better, right? Okay, got it. And the second one was to get a new hobby. Find something that you enjoy doing. Do something different. That would help you get out of a rut, change up that routine, right? Do something different, something that you can do and you can enjoy and you can find accomplishment in that, right? Helps your mindset, right? Get out of that nasty rut that you're in. The third thing was a 2-part combination, of course. Again, is to detox your body, your mind, remove yourself from negativity again, right? Hey, Be the Hook Man, what up? Okay, so detox your mind, your body, and takes opportunity to reground yourself, what I'm saying, with the earth, whether that's on some nice green grass, some soil, or to the beach, to absorb nature, to enjoy nature, step away, like Clarelyn said, from, step away from, negative things, step away from the daily, routine, the computer, the TV, social media, step away from those things for a while, give yourself an opportunity, to just reset, reboot, right? That one. Hey, Skate Addict, I see you. The next one on that part, the second part is to, do, also you can do, a detox as far as, something, whether it's an herbal or a cleanse for your body, right? And Getty says to be laser focused, right? To be laser focused. That's right. I mean, finite, right? All the way down to it. Focus, redirect your focus, right? And stick to it, right? Okay. So to detox that mind, that spirit, that body, go there. And double couple for it says that we need to take quiet time, right? We absolutely have to have quiet time. It's necessary to quieten our mind, to remove ourselves from places, people, and just take that time to refocus. And Claralyn says that we got to be grateful, find something to be grateful for. No matter what, there's something to find to be grateful for, no matter how hard it is for us to dig into that space, and we have to be good to ourselves, right? We have to recognize what we are and that we are good, right? That there are things about us that are good. Stop being so critical and hard on ourselves because we are great, right? Okay. Something about us is great. Got it. All right. And so then the next tip that I was offering you guys is to set yourself a new short-term goal. So set yourself a new short-term goal, something that has a benchmark, something that you can measure, whatever that might be. Don't make it so hard, that you can't achieve it. Don't say I'm going to lose 40 pounds in 1 week, or 1 month. Don't do that to yourself. That's not attainable. It's not healthy. It's not safe. So make sure that you set something that is attainable, that has a benchmark, a good measurement point. Set yourself a new short-term goal, whatever that might be. Whether you decide to commit to something a certain number of hours per week, whether you, set yourself a goal that, hey, I'm going to get up to a 30-minute workout, whatever it might be, I'm going to do all of these things, and one thing, or I'm going to make sure that I have a communicator, or I reach out to a family member or a loved one every day and check on them, whatever, to make me feel better, to empower others. Okay. And the fifth thing, of course, like I always say, I live by it. You could say it's my mantra. So is to pray and meditate as a combination, or either one, whichever one you believe or are comfortable with, to make sure that you do that. So give yourself an opportunity to carve out some time every day to pray. Okay. And not just pray about the things that you want. Like Claralyn said, find the things to be grateful for, again, and be thankful for those things, and to ask for the strength that you need, right? And fasting is also good. You can fast in prayer too, but make sure you do it in a healthy and safe way. It's important to do that. So pray and meditate. Again, like I say, YouTube is a mecca for meditation videos. Again, my favorite is Dr. Michael Seeley. Thank you. And you can find many, many videos on meditation, and you can enjoy that while you're doing it, and help clear your mind, right? Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to some comments, okay? And I see some more people here that have joined. All right. And a nice long sleep, at least 6 hours, is required for our body and soul to rejuvenate. Absolutely. And I always tell people that if you can get that 8 hours in, you really should be trying to get that 8 hours in. There's no amount of social media. There's no amount of work. There's no amount of anything, television, movies, Netflix, binge watching. There's no amount of anything that should really interfere with your sleep. Sleep is essential to you. It's essential to your health. And it's not just for old people. Taking naps is good. You need to be taking naps. If you can get a nap in during the day, it's very good to do that. You need to get your sleep in at night. You need to stop things. I have, things are fun and you enjoy it and you got a lot going on. Trust me, I have had a way busier schedule in the past, but I have always tried my best to commit myself to my 8 hours of sleep, right? So get that sleep, at least 6 hours, he's saying. And you're very right. It does. That is when our body repairs itself and our mind, right? Meditation helps. Put on some nice, nature sounds to help you go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? If you have to have some over the counter, something every once in a while, to help you, go ahead. Just don't do anything that's, habit forming or whatever. Get a good rest. I totally agree with that. And, I'm no medical professional, but I can tell you that it's necessary for you to do. 8 hours will help you. 6 hours is a minimum, and get your naps. Get your naps in, right? Okay. All right. And so then Claralyn says, one day my thing to be grateful for when everything was turning to shit was, well, at least I don't have any more parents to lose, right? You have to look at it from the positive, right? Because, it's very painful when you lose a friend or a loved one, right? We all know that too well. That feeling. Everybody has lost someone that's close to them, and it's heartbreaking and it's heart-wrenching. And I was just reading a little while ago, I had made the comment a little while ago. Someone I saw on the timeline in Facebook was saying they lost their baby daughter. Looked like a newborn, I mean, it's sad, We have so much to be grateful for. I had seen something the other day. One of my other friends had posted something about, and I was like, you know what? This is a real eye opener, because I've been feeling kind of down. And the post was like, it was Snoopy and Charlie Brown or something, a little cute little thing, and it said, we only live once, and it said, no, that is not true. We live every day. We only die once, right? Okay, in this life, we only die once. So we should be living every day to the fullest, right? Okay, so that's something to think about, right? We got to be grateful for that. We got to be grateful. You got to be grateful. You got to find a way to find some gratitude or show gratitude in everything. There's something for you to be grateful for, and you got to find it. No matter what you're going through, you can feel accomplished about something. So you can come out of that rut if you really think about it, right? And then, and he says, you're absolutely right. Thank you. And then Getty says, be in control of your life. Think about yourself, right? You cannot do anything that sucks you dry, that takes control over things, that can take control over your life. A lot of times, like I always say, and we'll talk about this, it's probably due time that I went back through this about codependency. A lot of people don't realize that they're codependent on a certain behavior, on a person. A lot of times it's not the person that you're stuck on, it's a certain behavior that you're stuck on. So we will definitely talk about codependency. I want to share that with you guys, because a lot of times we don't even realize that we're that way. A lot of people are codependent on drama, right? They don't even know that they're codependent on drama. So that's something we definitely can talk about later. And you're absolutely right. Be in control of your life. Think about yourself. Let nothing control your emotions ever. Use your mind. Think first. React last, right? A lot of times that's a very smart piece of advice. Got it. And then Clarilyn says, as I have grown older, I found out that the longer you sit, the fluids that build up over the day go to your feet, and it really, really hurts. Laying down helps the fluid straighten out. Again, that's great. Great piece of advice. And this is the thing that I love about my audience. I have, an audience that goes from, 13, 14 years old, family members and whatnot, all the way up, to 70s, 80s, 80-year-olds. I got that. You know what I'm saying? I have a large audience, and that's part of the reason that I love the audience that I have, and I will never change that. And that's why we talk about things that y'all want to talk about. You give me the topics, and there we go. Right? Okay. And and then she says that was what a profound thing to let flow through. That's right. A lot of times we have to think about that. I see all the love, and I love you guys. Thank you so much. If you find it hard to pronounce my name, just call me Tina. Okay, got it, Tina. Yes, I know, right? Yeah, and I would have asked you about that. Yeah, because usually I do when I get to know you guys, because you've been coming back every week, and I definitely appreciate that. And I am a stickler for that, because people have spelled my name wrong my whole life, or say it wrong all along. So I know how that feels, and that's important to me. So to make sure we get all of that in. So I'm hoping that you guys have enjoyed this so far, and that, we've gotten a lot of activity here. Yeah, you're welcome. A lot of good feedback, which is important. You guys really don't know how much, you are comforting one another, and, you're helping the people that come back and watch later. I have a lot of people who watch later. So again, if you found this, helpful to you, or you think it might be beneficial to someone else, I always ask you to please share on your timeline, and make sure that you make comments. Even if you think about something later that you could have said, I always go back and read that. And it's something that we can share, or some other point that we can touch on later. So please, 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 please share, right? And Clarilyn says, AA teaches you how to get off alcohol. Al-Anon teaches you how to live life and not be addicted to people, places, or things. Right. So here's some good resources for anybody who needs those resources, right? Okay. So we are a lot of times, we're so hard on ourselves, and that's part of the reason why we get stuck in the rut, because a lot of times we set these unrealistic expectations, or we set these goals. Society tells us that, Oh, by 30, you should do this and you should do that. And by 40, you should do this and you should do that. And by 50, you should be here and you should have this. And you should have amassed this much wealth. And you should have, you should, be a socialite, or you should be this, or you should be that, or you should own this and that. It's sad that society can set you up for failure, right? You have to think about, the commercial aspect of that. A lot of people just want your money, right? These companies know how to market you. Market to you, and all these, you can't be beautiful enough, or you have fine lines, or you have wrinkles, or let's blast that fat. Let me get you this, or sell you this, or sell you that. A lot of times, they just like one of my other friends told me today. They bank. These corporations and companies bank a lot. They bet on it, and they grow wealthy off of our insecurities, right? A lot of times we are very insecure, and that puts us in a situation, and that's what we can find ourselves in a rut, because we have set these unrealistic expectations for ourselves, or we're trying to live up to someone else's opinion or idea of what our life should be based on their success that we see. But again, we don't see what's going on behind closed doors. We don't know what their life is. It's not up to us to live their life. We all have our own path. We all have our own life to live, and that's what we should be doing. And Getty says, have self-compassion. Again, that goes hand in hand with what I'm saying, is stop beating yourself up. Give yourself a break. Be good to you. Challenge yourself, but yes, be compassionate to yourself. Be good to you. Forgive yourself. You have to say I'm sorry several times a day, because you're comparing yourself, and you're trying to measure up to something else, someone else's idea of beauty, or image of beauty, or success, or idea of success, or a measurement of where you should be. That's not what you need to do. You need to be looking at yourself, and setting your life up for you, and feeling good for what you have accomplished, right? Got it. And then Tina says, if you are interested in absolute spiritual cure and anything for real, add me. So y'all see, you'll have someone there that has some information for you guys and some other tips for you to follow. So please go ahead. I absolutely promote my, friends, and anything positive. Let's do it. And Clara says, I had to countersue the bank. LOL. Yep. There you go. A lot of times, there's a reason for everything, and we can share our experiences, and that helps other people when we don't even realize we're doing it. Again, remember I told you guys last couple of times that people look at us while we're going through our growing season. We may be in our toughest spot ever, but people are always watching. They're seeing how we handle ourselves, and a lot of times we are giving them strength that we don't know we're giving them. We are giving them hope that we don't know that we're giving them. We're doing that based on the way that we react to our tough circumstances or what we're going through. It's easy to give up, and it's easy to give in. So much easier to do those things than to get better, to recognize that there is an issue and that we have to correct it ASAP, right? Okay, and it starts within ourselves. And Getty says to change your attitude, right? Change your attitude. Remember, I don't know, long ago, I used to always say, different window, different view. Different window, different view. All right, well, you have a good one. Back to work. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Got it. Thanks for joining. Share on your timeline if you liked it. And then, we'll direct people to you, if you may be able to positively impact someone else. So we'll see you next week, 9 p.m. Central Standard, Wednesday. Y'all send me your topic requests as well. But, so hopefully, this has been therapeutic for you. And hopefully it has given you, it's been an eye-opener for you. And hopefully it has given you some ideas about how to get yourself unstuck. There you go, Getty. Got you. So it has given you an opportunity to see how to get unstuck. So anybody else have any more comments about it? If not, we'll go ahead and wrap up, because I'm sure you have things to get to on your Wednesday evening, like those 8 hours of sleep that y'all need, right? Right. Or a movie or something, or some quality time with your loved one, your spouse, or whatever, right? All of those things are appealing. Yeah. But be good to yourself and forgive yourself, and stop living, stop trying to live up to someone else's expectation of what your life should be. Stop comparing your life to other people's lives. Stop comparing your accomplishments. Use those other people's success as motivation. Be successful in whatever you set your mind to, but give yourself time to get there. It takes time. Nothing happens overnight. Remember that. So I hope these have helped you. Go back anytime and watch and review them. And just let me know what you think. Comment on there. And send me your topic request for next week, 9 p.m. Central Standard on Facebook Live and Instagram. And I'll see you guys there. Remember, for now, I'm going to go. But remember, it's always a little time to be fancy. And that's me. I appreciate you guys. It would be nothing without you. This show is everything because of you guys. So I will see you next week. You'll have a good one. Bye. Y'all be good. And forgive yourself. And be nice to yourself. Apologize for being so mean and tough on yourself. Bye.